Many years ago, I had a friend who had just opened his first brokerage account, and he had bought a number of shares of Netflix stocks. This was back in the days when it actually cost you a commission to make a trade, and when he went to sell his Netflix stock, he was just playing around really. He wasn't really investing in the long term. He had accidentally entered the wrong amount. And so he sold, I think he had 38 shares, and he accidentally sold 35 and left 3 behind. And we were chatting on Facebook, and he said, fuck, I accidentally sold 35 instead of 38, so I got to sell 3 more and pay this commission. And I suggested to him that maybe he could email customer service to see if they'll refund him the fee, but he was too lazy to even do that, right? I mean, it's a 10-second email, and there's a chance he might get his $8 or $10 back. I mean, there's a chance, right? And it only takes a few seconds, and he has better things to do. Okay, and then the share price kept going up, and I'm thinking to myself, had he just not sold those 3 shares, he would be sitting pretty well. I think this was back in 2013 when that happened. Anyways, I run into this a lot. I had another situation where I was just about to go meet up with my girlfriend. We had just met a few weeks earlier, and then one morning she calls me at like 4 or 5 in the morning and says, "Hey, just come here. I got a surprise for you." I got all excited, and I got out to my car, but at the time I hadn't moved my car in many weeks, and it was covered in ice and snow. This is Rochester, New York, and the car wouldn't move. And took me about half an hour to extricate the car out of the parking spot. I remember finally the car flew out of the parking spot, and I get to my girlfriend's place, and we're in no mood anymore. We just want to talk about the car being stuck. Now, after a few months and we broke up, I realized how fortunate I was I didn't get to what it was, right? Because I met somebody even better. And it just goes to show that everything happens for some reason that we may not know at the moment, right? 2 years ago, I almost lost my job because I had out of control food craving kind of problems. I talked about this in other videos, but it inspired me to correct some eating problems that I've had. Now, one thing I've noticed ever since I started going on intermittent fasting is that it almost opens this gap in my life that forces me to fill in with other things, right? So I took up bowling, and I met somebody very important in my life while I was bowling. My score has improved a lot, and I got over some social anxiety problems while bowling. Anyway, every time I hear about Netflix stock, right, hitting new highs or whatever, it's part of the FANG group of companies, and when I hear about that, I remember that my friend could have become very wealthy had he just let nature take its course.